Top 10 Guinness World Records held in Africa. Hello Displorers, welcome to another exciting video presented to you by Displore. In this video, we shall bring to you the top 10 Guinness World Records held in Africa. Guinness World Records, known from its inception in 1955 until 1999 as the Guinness Book of Records, is a reference book published annually, listing world records both of human achievements and the extremes of the natural world. As of the 2021 edition, it is now on its 66th year of publication, published in 100 countries and 23 languages, and maintains over 53,000 records in its databases. The international franchise has extended beyond print to include television series and museums. The popularity of the franchise has resulted in Guinness World Records becoming the primary international authority on the cataloguing and verification of a huge number of world records. The brilliance housed on the African continent never makes for a dull moment, as there are many world records held by Africans. The mother continent, Africa, in itself is a record on its own for being the oldest inhabited continent on Earth. With an incredible diverse culture incorporating hundreds of native languages and indigenous groups, Africa is home to more countries than any other continent in the world. As a continent, it is known for going above and beyond in its attempt to expand its influence on the world, and a desire for progress has led to Africa claiming a number of official Guinness World Records over the years. Many of these records were achieved collectively, others individually. Some are centuries old and some might never be broken by anyone. And in no particular order, here are 10 of some of the most incredible Guinness World Records held in Africa. Number 1. The longest cooking marathon. In its 2018 in Los Angeles, USA, Ricky Lumpkin cooks for 68 hours, 30 minutes and 1 second, and without a thought became a holder of the Guinness World Record for the longest cooking marathon. Fast forward to Sunday, August 18, 2019, at a beautiful resort in Mombasa, Kenya called Bay Beach Resort, Ms. Mahila Mohammed cooks her heart out for a whopping 75 hours non-stop, setting a new record. The Kenyan chef, during those long 75 hours, prepared a list of 400 recipes made up of local and international cuisines, hence breaking Ricky Lumpkin's records to become the holder of the Guinness World Record for the longest time spent cooking. Well, you're ever in the market for a chef who can cook fresh meals from any continent to entertain guests for 3 days straight, we know exactly who to call. Buckle up, Displorers, we are just starting up, but if you're new here, welcome. Be sure to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of our new videos. Watch out to the end to find out our honorary mentions your country might just feature. Number 2. Largest coffee sketch in the world. Percy Maimela in September 2019 won a spot in the Guinness World Record after successfully created the largest mosaic made from coffee. The artist completed his picture on a 5x5 meter canvas, with the sheet 100% covered in ground coffee with zero negative space in order to qualify for the Guinness World Record title. The extremely talented fine artist from South Africa was able to achieve the image of his compatriot DJ Black Coffee in a remarkable feat. The artist, who took a risk quitting his job to concentrate on his craft, finally got the recognition he deserved with this record. Number 3. The shortest war. The Anglo-Zanzibar War in August 1896, in which the military conflict was the result of Khalid bin Baghdad moving into the Sultan's palace after the death of Hamad bin Tuwaini, lasted only 38 minutes. The deceased Sultan was suspected to be a British puppet, and the British did not want Khalid in power. Around 500 Zanzibar men and women were killed or wounded during the bombardment by the British. Most of the deaths were a result of the fire that engulfed the palace, but only one British sailor was injured. For more about this war, we have a detailed video on the channel dedicated to explain this war. Number 4. Survival of the most bee stings. Of these records, this was an accidental record which was achieved without planning, and without anyone in sitting around planning to beat this particular record. On 28 January 1962, Johannes Releke on the Kamativi tin mine located in the Gwai River in Den Rhodesia, today's Zimbabwe, was stung by more than 2,443 bees. He survived the attack and all of the bee stings were later removed and counted. The survivor of the bee attack is still alive and currently resides in Australia. What extraordinary survivors this record proves Africans to be. Number 5. Largest bird count in the 24-hour period. One of the main reasons why millions are drawn to the shores of Africa is because of the continent's diverse wildlife, which is why it comes as no surprise that the largest bird count in the 24-hour period was done in Africa. The record was set during a bird-watching competition called the Birdwatch Kenya 86. During the 2 days birdwatch competition held on the 29th to 30th of November 1986, 3 Kenyan locals, Derry Stevenson, John Fashway, and Andy Roberts spotted 324 different bird species to hold the record for the greatest number of bird species spotted in a 24-hour period. They set the record on the day 2 of the Birdwatch Kenya 86 event in the Nairobi National Park. Besides the majestic Big Five and the world's largest bird count, the 7-kilometer Nairobi National Park south of the center of Nairobi is also known for many of other flora and fauna glories, including over 400 bird species. It is uncommon to have such a significant amount of birds species next to such a large city. Yet, a perfect balance is created between the wild and the people of Nairobi. People living close to the border of the national park are woken up by the beautiful morning songs of the various bird species. Take a moment and let that sink in. Number 6. Most official languages. Africa is no thought the continent with nations with the most ethnic, hence lingual diversity. Nigeria, for example, has 525 native languages, while Cameroon has over 250 native languages. While most of these countries have a maximum of 2 official languages like Cameroon with French and English, Nigeria with just 1 English, one African country decided to take the languages all the way to the top, selecting 11. The country with the most official languages is South Africa, with 11 official languages, which truly speaks to the diversity in the country, known as the Rainbow Nation. These languages include English, Afrikaans, isiZulu, isiXhosa, Sesotho, Setswana, Sepedi, Xitsonga, Siswati, isiNdebele, and Tshivenda. We wish we could tell you this was the last time South Africa will show up on this list, but then keep your fingers crossed. Number 7. Most children fathered. Without mixing words, Africans are one of the most family-oriented people in the world, but the holder of this record takes the concept a notch higher. We are not sure if the last Sharifian emperor of Morocco, Moulay Ismail ibn Sharif, also known as the Bloodthirsty for his legendary cruelty, was groaning for this world record when he fathered over 800 children within just 55 years. But that is what he achieved. The Moroccan emperor fathered a total of 867 children, amongst whom were 525 sons and 342 daughters between 1672 to 1727. Most interestingly, the number 2 record is held by another African, King Zobuza II of Swaziland, who lived between 1899 and 1982 and fathered 210 children from 70 wives and concubines. Way to go, Emperor, but we thought anyone would be able to beat Emperor Sharif's record anytime soon. Number 8. The oldest person to begin primary school. Even though most of the continent's leaders are considered corrupt and uncaring, the action of one government led to this inspirational record in Africa. The adage, age is just a number, rings true in this situation, as the Kenyan Kimani Nganga Marunge enrolled for primary school at Kapelugoduo Primary School in 2004 at the age of 84. When asked why he decided to take the bold step at this age, he said his decision was prompted by the government announcement of universal free elementary education in 2003. To further prove what good governance and priorities can do, in 2005, Maroge boarded an airplane for the first time in his life, headed to New York City to address the United Nations 2005 World Summit on the importance of free primary education. We hope this reminds us all that it's never too late to start that project, education, or even finish it. Number 9. Most Vuvuzelas playing simultaneously. If you have ever watched a South African football match sporting a celebratory event, you are familiar with their most famous instrument of celebration, the Vuvuzela. The Vuvuzela is an instrument that originated in South Africa before spreading across the globe. It is fitting that the record of most simultaneously played Vuvuzelas was achieved in South Africa. The feat was achieved by 12,511 spectators at the Vodacom Challenge match at the Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium in Port Elizabeth on July 23, 2009, before a derby match between Orlando Pirates and Kaizer Chiefs. If you ever wish to have their spirits totally elevated, listen to the Vuvuzelas when South Africans play it. Just magical. Number 10. Twendon T. or Matsola Morgan is the proud owner of multiple records. Twendon Morgan is the world record holder of 2 different world records. Fastest time for a woman to run a half marathon on each continent, taking 10 days, 23 hours and 37 minutes, and fastest time for a woman to run a half marathon on each continent, and the North Pole taking 62 days, 12 hours and 58 minutes and 49 seconds. An accountant by profession and mother to over 4 boys currently living in Qatar, Morgan began her record-breaking journey with a desire to change her unhealthy lifestyle Who could have thought that it would lead to double records in the Guinness World Records? As honorary mentions, Nigeria has a record for the most people brushing their teeth simultaneously, where 300,000 students from 600 public secondary schools in Lagos brush their teeth simultaneously for 1 minute at 376 different locations. Also, Cameroon holds the world's deadliest lake, Lake Nyos in Cameroon record. On February 5, 2020, Guinness World Records declared that Gibson's restaurant in Cape Town, South Africa, as the maker of most varieties of milkshakes commercially available, with 207 unique varieties to satisfy every customer. If you would like a part 2 of this video, let us know in the comment section and we will do well to bring it to you. There you have it, explorers. Those were 10 Guinness World Records held in Africa. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe and share with your friends.